Welcome to Halftime Heroes with the latest sports news from around the Mornington Peninsula. With Adam Kelly, Peter Susevich, Neil Craig, Lee McQuillan, Luke Harris and Chris Gamble. Take it away, Adam.
G'day sports fans and welcome to another episode of the Halftime Heroes. We are back, of course, in Suss's garage. We are a little bit disappointing, the green screen Suss. You've got to put more effort in, mate.
Yeah,
We've got the same game, same people waving, but that's okay. We've got some fresh vision coming to you very, very soon. It is the Halftime Heroes. It is episode 4, and it is great to be back in Suss's garage. Wow, we've got an interesting round of football to get through, both in Divisions 1 and 2. But first off, it's been a very exciting week around socials. It has been going absolutely bonkers. Commish. Now, the points and the cash, and it's all just raising some little points and feathers, and isn't it?
We just wanted to prick some interest, Adam, didn't we?
Yes.
And it looks like we've done that, and get people talking about the problem gammers that we're continually faced with. And if we can all talk about it, Sus, I reckon we might even, you know what? We might even get it sorted.
It was a bigger prick than the pull down the Hindenburg, I tell you.
That was a decent prick.
That was a decent prick.
But
half the
very
things you
good,
say,
very
no
good.
one knows what does that mean? What does that
Well, the
analogy
Hindenburg,
mean?
it was a hot air balloon and come flying
Yeah,
down.
back in 1923, or
What's wrong with that?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, no, he's very
The
good.
fuck?
So
He's very
it has been a big week, as I said, and I have to applaud all the Halftime Hero family because you heard the call, you got involved, and I'm loving every second of it. Emails been going off, Facebook's going off, although I do need to address emails a little bit later on in the show. I've got a bone to pick with 22 clubs. Yes, you're on effing notice, but as I said, if you do want to get involved in the Halftime Heroes, you can contact us at halftimeheroes.mpfnl@gmail.com. You can jump on socials, both Facebook and Instagram, and I'm sure there's plenty more. We're putting out Vimeo now, so it's on
Vimeo, Insta.
I mentioned Insta. YouTube, can you comment on YouTube as
YouTube.
well? Pornhub, Xvideo,
Grinder. There's no...
Gerbil.com.
There's plenty of ways for people to get in touch, though. Don't be afraid to
No,
reach out to
absolutely,
us.
absolutely. We do have plenty to get on with. In the show coming up, we do have Blake Mullan, known also by Chin. He's going to be joining the Coach's Corner. He's going to be joining the commish. Sorry for Coach's Corner, so that's very exciting. Gammers and I have got something just planned for that. We won't go into that, but hello to you, commish.
Hello, mate.
And it's going to come around when the coach.
You're
it's
a
going to happen.
sensitive couple
it's
of
gonna
bastards,
happen
aren't you? You just let it go. You know the whole thing. Sus.
Hello to you, Sus.
How you going?
I'm very well, mate.
It's all good. No, nice quiet weekend. Just working on the cone of silence that's just above us now.
I know,
There it is.
exactly.
25-seater cones.
Yeah, that's bubble. The bubble.
The
So
bubble?
we'll
The cone-
get,
the bubble? I need a big lighter for that one. Hello to you, Gammers.
Hello, Adam. How are you?
Oh, I'm very well, mate.
Can I just say, this spread is
it's getting
absolutely
better by the-
amazing. We've got cans of Coke. We've got sushi.
Homemade sushi.
Homemade soy sauce in. This is just...
In those. How do you get the soy sauce in those little things?
Well,
It's quite a process.
Gamma's on show day normally puts through an SMS around 3 hours before the show, and we're under strict diet conditions to get that through. So he's
brown
food,
rice too, I like
his
it.
food of choice
Oh,
is
look,
brown
he's looked
rice.
after us. This is amazing.
Absolutely. New sponsor. I'd like to thank Coke for coming on board. It's big.
Yep.
We've got a lot to live up to with Coke, but we'll see how we go. We are up and about. It's good to be back in Suss's garage, but that is a wrap for the introduction, of course. We're going to be back straight into Div 1. You're listening and watching the Halftime Heroes.
Nestled on the beautiful Mornington Peninsula, Sharmac Lodge offers a peaceful 6-bedroom retreat in Rye for short-term stays for adults of all ages living with disability or illness. Overnight or day stays are available 7 days a week with tailored care provided around the clock. Guests can also participate in daily activities on the peninsula, making it a perfect getaway. Rest easy knowing your loved one's care is personalised to their needs. Finally, a short-term respite solution that brings peace of mind and can be funded under your home care package or NDIS funding. Book a tour today with the welcoming team at Sharmac Lodge. Visit aftercare.com.au or search Sharmac Lodge today. Let their family help your family.
Welcome back to the Halftime Heroes. It is now time for Division 1. Before we get going, I mean, what is it with you and YC, Commish? Like, fair income, did you just...
What do you mean?
Chin.
Well, the reason you want to you're going to introduce Chin?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Or you just appeared?
No. Well, I'll throw
that's
to you.
the new Susevich.
You.
Like you've changed, man.
It's gone that sauna.
That sauna's really working.
Absolutely. Well, now you do the introduction, please.
Well, Blake Mullan. This is not the start of the coach's corner, but the reason Blake's here, because we ran into each other down at the Divi 1 grand final, I think it might have been, Chin. Yep. And you might have been a couple of cans. Can't remember. Stage. You might have been about 3/4 time. And you stood there for a while. He had his arm around me. Oh, I love the show. It's fantastic. Blah blah blah. And blah blah. And then we spoke about all different sorts of things. So righto, mate. We're on. Next year you're in 3 shows here. 3 shows, and you're here, mate. You're here live in the flesh, and it's going to be fun later on.
It is.
But Goons tells me that when the cameras start to roll,
Don't use all your good work.
you get very serious. If you start that shit here, mate, you're going to last about 2 minutes because we're not serious at all. So we just want to keep playing.
You're in the green room. You were listening to the introduction, so you understand that we are not serious at all. All right,
Got it.
Okay, cool.
Might be the odd serious question, and then there's going to be the odd question,
the very odd,
especially
odd
from Gammers. He's got something planned.
Hey.
Well,
One of your ex-coaches.
I was going to say, let's be honest.
know.
Gammers is probably the only person here with real intel after your lack of.
I take that as... Mate, I can go home and get abused. I don't need to get...
You haven't got a green screen behind you at home.
Well, no. That's very true.
You were going to run with something.
Yes.
Hello,
No.
Steph.
Yes, Steph.
All right, let's get straight into it. What was round 2 in the Division 1 competition played out on the 12th of April. The first game was Lang Warren.
Oh, boy.
Taking on Dromana Football Netball Club at Lloyd Park. And, the Kangas, they are up and about and in town. Taking the Chocolates by 1 point, 12-10 v 12-9. Player HQ couldn't get it right for a period of time. It had Dromana, I think, up by a point, didn't it? Winning by a point.
All those Dromana folk holidaying in Bali that brought up the thing and said, oh, geez, we just won that one.
Good game.
Well, you didn't. Sunday morning, you lost it.
It's the first time 2 teams have won this year.
Took a while to get
Same game.
But I tell you what, if you remember it, Langy, you're getting your bloody money's worth there, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been a money's worth. Boom, boom. Because he's kicked 3. And probably got him over the line.
You said you had nothing tonight. But
ad-lib, mate.
that's good craft. Great craft.
Thanks.
Very good. 5-3 in the first quarter, 33. Lang Warren set the tone early, Gammers.
Yeah, they did start well. I guess they're on a high from that finish the week before against Pines, and they just took off where they finished. And then the game gets pretty tight through the middle part. And then they find a way to win again against good oppo. So they've solidified their 2-0 start to 2025.
Absolutely, and I'm we are only round 2, but I did hopefully. Sus, did you include that when I said that they'd get the wooden spoon and be relegated?
Yeah, certainly did, folks. That was really big things.
I'll throw back to you, Sus, because we're having trouble hearing you. But I did. I said that they were going to be relegated, and it's a little bit difficult because they're 2-0 Gammers. But good to see the points. Thanks for the halftime hero feedback family.
You're loving those Dromana points, isn't you?
Absolutely, 26 points out of 42, and Langy 33, which is up for them. So to still take the Chocolates at 33 points, you'd be happy with that. They're in flying form.
I guess with a VFL bye, that helps a team like Langy because I think the big forward, was it Josh? Go down a bit. Was it Smith? No, someone kicked a few goals.
Yeah,
Matty Johnson,
Matty Johnson.
Kicked a winner late in the game, so that helped them out. I think it helped a couple other teams out during the round as well.
No, very, very good. And the next game was Mornington. They hosted Rosebud Football Netball Club at Alexandra Park. was not good. Not a great result for Mornington, going down by 104 points. 161 played, 57. He was pretty flat last week, wasn't he,
Yeah.
Macca? I'm almost thankful, and I'm sorry, Macca, I'm almost thankful you're not here because, my heart will be bleeding for you, mate. It's,
He was concerned about their size and their physicality against his young pups, and looks like they got a touch up early on too.
Well, he mentioned
was
one
out
name.
of reach at quarter time, didn't he? I think.
He mentioned one name repeatedly, Kuipers, and I think he got on the end of a few. I think
I saw an article this week about Kuipers. He kicked another bag, so it's 2 bags in the first 2 weeks, and it's not bad when you've got Dixon, Kurt down there as well, clunking everything, and then that just gives, and then you got the Cummins brothers, rotating through the guts, and
Hartung was in their best.
It's
a pretty good lineup.
It's a pretty good lineup. So Mornington, a lot of work to do. Next game was Pines taking on Mount Eliza at Eric Bell Reserve. 95 Mount Eliza going down 92. Very interesting indeed. 13-14. You called them out last week about their kicking. Surely you're going to call them out again.
Yeah, 13-14. I mean, you can live with that. That 92.
Yeah, but
13-14 beats most sides. Sharpie kicks one late and gets Pines over the line. But pretty good game of footy. Pines are always tough out there. It's a tough start for Mount Eliza. They've got a few out now coming back. I know the Ducks coming back this week after honeymooning. Don't know what sort of nick he's going to be in. Chin. But,
Where's he gone?
I don't know, mate. I don't know who he's got.
Not good mates with him?
Follow him. I don't know. Instagram him. I'm like you. Follow you.
WhatsApp. Do you WhatsApp him?
Don't do that. What's
that?
What's that?
They're down at a few personnel. They'll be right. No need to panic just yet.
No,
down at
absolutely not. No one's panicking at all.
No.
The next game was up at the Hill. Red Hill taking on Frankston YC. Chin getting the job there, 9-8 versus 8-8. It was interesting game, and Red Hill took it to you.
Yeah, it was a good game. I suppose every game on Saturday was hot.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was like 30 degrees up there. It was boiling though. As compared to last year, we were up there. As when they were getting the works done. It was wind, rain, and we had no water, and we're in the chook shed out the back. So it's a bit different to last year, but it was just really hot. It was really tight and congested, even though it was a beautiful day. But we were lucky enough to get the 4 points there.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, absolutely. 38 points versus 29 play points. Which is good to see on both sides. 38 points was Red Hill, and 29 points was YCW. So that's a good win.
They just don't go away, Red Hill, do they?
No, they don't. And it was a game of momentum. I think, in the third quarter we kicked away a bit.
Yeah.
And then we kicked the first and the last, and then they just came home strong. We kicked one late, but they all. I don't know, they're a bit funny. They're all the same size.
Yeah.
They're all the same shape, and they all just get around the ball and make it very hard to play. So they're still a very good side.
Yeah, they are. Well coached.
Did I get in the best, or?
Did you get in the best?
No, you didn't.
Dan Lonigan called the game and called me best on, so I'll have to speak to Gooch about that.
Well, just go to show how much he knows.
I see Lukey Painter's in the best there, mate. I think that's the second time in 2 games.
Yeah.
He didn't commit till late, I heard.
Nah, well it was a bit up in the air. He wasn't even sure if he was going to play footy, so he's going to Europe, I think, in June or July for 4 or 5 weeks, but he's unreal. He's probably, I think last year he played maybe 6 or 7 games, and he got our most valuable player.
Yeah, classic player. Well, I think we're all into him.
And we just changed him now. He's playing like this half forward role, and he's killing it.
Yeah. Did you have many missing?
We have a couple. We had Matty Jackson. I'm going to forget a few here. I think we missed like 3 or 4. So,
righto.
But Heath Bidgood, he played in a pracky game for Box Hill because they had a bye last week, so they had played a pracky game this week.
Yeah.
But we still got a couple to come back, which is good.
I've got those for later on.
Yeah.
Just on the back.
Don't
spill the beans now.
He hasn't got much.
For Christ's sake.
Unbelievable.
Dive into that bucket of Intels.
And the selection table match of the round, thanks to the halftime heroes, was Sorrento taking on Edithvale at Dave McFarlane Reserve. The sun was out. The blue cheese and quince paste would have been out on that deck with plenty of
shucked oysters,
Pinot Noir and Verve bubbles, no doubt, because they love the Verve that type up there on the deck, and they went down, which is
EDS.
That's exactly right, Commish, because that is,
Big Tyrone, kick 7.
Yeah, we'll get into the takeaway shortly, but that I'm just putting it out there. That is my takeaway. Edithvale, they are looking hot.
Well, they are the real deal.
They are the real deal.
Like I said it last week, they decimated our competition. They look ready to go up, and now they're proving it. So, I'm going to make a bold prediction. They'll make the 5.
Yeah, well, that's, mate, you're really going down a limb there.
Hey. Have a look at the ladder, mate. Have a look at the ladder.
How bold's that?
I think it's how they're going to win it.
Well, they might.
There's only 10 in it. They're going to make the...
They might win it. Who are they knocking out?
So Rosebud played with 41 points out of
hard to beat
42,
this
and EDS played with 39 points out of 42. So a very, very close in the points. Some of the key players for James Hallahan. Geez, he's 123 years old, but he just keeps performing. Ryan Clark, Chad Harris again, Aaron Bremen again, and Polkinghorn again. It's quite unreal. Tyrone Vickery was the standout. Jordan Gallucci, Nick Carlson, Zach O'Neill, and Toby Arms, and that rounds out the best for Edithvale, Aspendale. Your takeaway, please, Gammers, for this round, which was round 2?
Yeah, EDS. They've franked the form from round 1, and I think they'll go on with it. And look, it's a pretty competitive top 5. Like, in all seriousness, I know we're not too serious, but in all seriousness, to knock one of those top 5 out from the previous years would be tough. And the recent teams come out from Div 2 haven't done it, but I think EDS will be the ones that do.
Yeah, Commish, takeaways for you?
Well, I was going to go. You're going to go 82, aren't you?
I've already done that. Yep.
Yeah, right. So I'm just.
I got in first because I knew everyone.
they're the standard, but I'm going to jump on the Langy train, and they've got across a couple of really good opponents now, and I know it's by the Bees, but you're still going to get over. There's 2 they don't have to bank later on.
Yep, absolutely.
So it's amazing what a little bit of confidence can do to a young group, and good on you, boys. Keep going. It's bloody fantastic. Would have been great to be in that. On that balcony would have been going Coco Bananas. Would have been going
over
nuts.
the ground as well, isn't it?
It's right. It hangs over the ground, doesn't it?
It does.
It's so good.
It's quite. It is quite impressive. Chin, I'll do yours because I don't want to throw you under the bus. But you weren't aware that it gets above 30 up at Red Hill.
Yeah, and in April, which is crazy.
The grapes would have been repopping.
No.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
No, they've been picked.
I know. But they would have almost thought let's go again.
Let's go.
With
the leaves.
I'm with you.
Leaves falling off.
It'll be a nice little 2025.
Oh, we've got your back, Sus. I can hear you.
I'm back.
You are back. Your takeaways, please. It sounds terrible, but your takeaways.
Look, I think the big one has got to be EDF. So I watched the match on Saturday, and they are playing real Eastern style footy, Eastern Footy League footy, where it's tough, hard, and a physical, very physical match.
Very good. Thank you, Sus.
Who have ED got next week? Do they play this week?
Well, and I
think they have a bye, don't they?
Yes, they do, Chin. So
But who do they play next?
Yeah.
This is this. So we are going to go. So that's a wrap for what was round 2. We're going to jump straight into round 3 now. If you are a punter at home and you're going through your fixture, or you do what we do, a lot of us, and go to Player HQ, you'll find that it's a clusterfuck once again, and you'll see round 3 in round 5. So there's 3 games. So let me repeat that. Round 3 you'll find in round 5, and there's 3 games to be played out on Good. So 2 games on Good Friday, this coming Friday, and then 1 game on the Easter Saturday. The first game coming up, and I will leave the. I'll leave the selection table match of the round. Oh, geez, Sus, I think you got some nits in your hair, mate. You're getting very close to that camera. We've got... that was a real up front. Are you going all right over there? You're doing fine. Okay, very good. So we've got Dramana taking on Red Hill at Dramana Recreation Reserve. Two teams that, are there, but this is going to test both of them, and Red Hill are going to want to perform down the hill.
The Dramana ground, that's a huge advantage, do you think, Ned? It's an indifferent shape.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. It's a bit circly, isn't it?
It is.
It's very short. I mean, with Gertz and their dominant midfield, they play it beautifully because they win the clearance and it's just straight in their front half.
It's short, yeah.
That's the way they do it. Can I get tips, please? Gammers?
Geez, Dramana, 2 top 5 teams from last year, but there's a lot on the line here.
Yeah, there is. I agree. Dramana for me.
Yeah, Dramana for me. Don't count them out.
No.
No, they're still a very good
Dramana?
side. Yeah.
Oh, God, no.
Dramana,
no, absolutely
Dramana,
not.
You'd have to,
Absolutely. I think even Dramana at Red Hill for me. I think if it was, I just think they're. I mean,
they're in these guys
there.
pretty close, and they're
yeah,
going
that's
all right,
true.
So.
That's true. Sussa, we got you.
Yeah, look, I think Dramana as well.
Yep.
I don't think we have got him properly.
Nah.
But anyway.
That's unfortunate, but Suss is Dramana at Dramana as well. The next game to be played out on Good Friday is going to be Edithvale, and this is a blinder as well. Edithvale taking on Langy. Langy going to take this as an opportunity just to put Edithvale back in their place, but Edithvale are going to go, I'm not too sure I'm comfortable with that, and they'll take it to Langy at obviously at Regents Park as well. So Edithvale for me comfortably, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, their form, is that, 18 out of 20 games or something? Yeah?
19 in a row.
I mean, that's unbelievable form.
So
that's 19 in a row.
Yeah.
It's and a final series they got through, it was fantastic. Edithvale will get over Langy with a leg in the air, I reckon.
Yeah, it's the last of the 1-point wins for Langy, I think, for now.
Yeah.
Yes, fair enough. And the next game is the selection table match of the day. We've chosen Sorrento taking on Rosebud. It's they might not be neighbours, but I'm telling you, this game is hot, and is every year. Not just the weather, Chin, because I think it's going to be all right, though, isn't it, the weather? I think it's going to be a nice Saturday. But it's going to be on for young and old. It is to be played at Dave McFarlane Reserve.
It's going to be packed.
It is going to be absolutely chock-a-block.
Yeah, anyone holidaying down there or anything is just going to go to that game and whoofshka. That's a good game of footy,
Rosebud, I heard, are going to go down on the 7th. Woo! We might.
Yeah, that
was big.
I'm still here.
You good? All right, we'll just cut that out, obviously. So I've heard that the 788 Rosebud will be chock-a-block. They've ordered a couple of 788s. If you don't, you've probably never caught a bus in your life. I was going to say you've never caught a bus in your life.
Helicopter?
Might be his number plate on his
on the Bell Ranger, is it?
on the cruiser.
No, that's the Bell Ranger.
No, you do. You would have 3 letters on your number plate, wouldn't you? Unbelievable. So the 788 is the public bus that goes from Frankston down to Portsea.
Public.
Yeah, no. and there'll be plenty of Porsche Cayennes and Range Rovers and alike down at Sorrento. But it's going to be the stage is set. It's going to be huge.
Ooh, yeah.
Rosebud for me, just given their form and just their size. I think Sorrento are going to struggle to match up with the full forwards that are Rosebud Football Netball Club. You please, Gammers.
Yeah, I'm with you. Rosebud are just a juggernaut at the moment, and Sorrento have been mixing their form. I just don't know how you can control that strong midfield, bats deep, and then they go forward and they've just got the 3-headed monster I keep hearing about, and they're kicking goals every week. So Rosebud by plenty.
Absolutely. Chin?
Yeah, I'll tip Rosebud as well.
Yeah, they are flying, mate. They are absolutely flying. Kamish?
Rosebud have had a fairly bruise-free encounter with Lee's mob, so I think they're going to get over Sorrento down there and ruin the Saturday afternoon vibe at Sorrento. Sadly?
Yep. Totally agree. Totally agree.
Sadly.
So, just to recap, if you're looking for round 3, go to round 5. There's 3 games being played out over the Easter weekend. 2 on the Friday, being Dramana and Red Hill up down at Dramana, and then Edithvale and Langwarrin at Regents Park in Edithvale, Aspendale, and then on the Saturday, Easter Saturday, is Sorrento at home taking on Rosebud. So round 3, go to round 5. Don't even ask, I'm telling you. That is a wrap for Division 1 football. Chin, thanks for your input. Hang around because you are coming up next in the coach's corner. The cone of silence is going to be dropped from the roof where you and the commish will be intimate. It'll get foggy. I'll leave you. Your safe word is pineapples. So if shit goes down, you get touched inappropriately. Pineapples.
Could have been
Pineapples.
zucchini. Could have been worse.
No, well, you're going to have his hand
Eggplant.
in his zucchini. So that is wrap for Division 1 football. We're going to be back with the Coach's Corner. You're listening and watching the Halftime Heroes.
Nestled on the beautiful Mornington Peninsula, Sharmac Lodge offers a peaceful 6-bedroom retreat in Rye for short-term stays for adults of all ages living with disability or illness. Overnight or day stays are available 7 days a week with tailored care provided around the clock. Guests can also participate in daily activities on the peninsula, making it a perfect getaway. Rest easy knowing your loved one's care is personalised to their needs. Finally, a short-term respite solution that brings peace of mind and can be funded under your home care package or NDIS funding. Book a tour today with the welcoming team at Sharmac Lodge. Visit aftercare.com.au or search Sharmac Lodge today. Let their family help your family.
Welcome back to the Halftime Heroes. Apparently next week we'll be serving toasted sandwiches as requested. Gammers has put his order in early. So hopefully you're abiding by the Good Friday rules where you can't eat any red meat. Do you do that?
Not ham and cheese and tomato toasted sandwiches.
No,
Just
that's why
cheese
it's
and
going to follow
I
on.
heard he wanted a vegetarian Kransky.
Oh, look, there he is. He was
he's
sulking in the corner there. No one can hear me.
He's got 2 headphones on, dual headphones.
Let's get on, right?
Oh, I said I was going to throw to you, but I didn't say what I was going to say.
I know what you're going to say.
Welcome back, Sus. You were having some difficulties with one of the mics there, but we are up and running. It's good to have you back, listening to your dulcet tones as you're pressing the buttons. We appreciate you very, very much, but we appreciate this next segment. It's one of the Halftime Hero family's favourite segments. Chin, after it, you can put your 2 cents in because I think it's going to be poxy, this one. We'll just wait.
Just have a look at the notes at the moment.
Well, Goons has given you fucking nothing. We've just discussed
He
off
hasn't given me
air.
enough. Evidently.
Used
Has he?
to be friends.
Very attractive man.
Beautiful man.
Well, that's all he's
He's
got
a
going.
beautiful man.
That's all he's got going for him now because he's just let you down. Well, what are you going to do with a Sunday coffee? You're going to be able to look at him.
No, it's not good enough.
It's not.
So we'll sort that out, Chinny boy. We've got
Well,
a little bit of a conversation.
It is time now for the Coach's Corner, and let's Sus take it away. Let's lower that cone of silence, please. All right. Can you hear me, Chin? No, he can't hear me. Take it away, Commish. I don't know if you can hear me.
Did you know what that was coming down?
Cone of silence.
It's the cone of silence.
I've seen that. It's a great movie.
Yes, exactly.
It's the most
Oh, I can't hear
ridiculous thing.
I get
And
so
what do you
confused.
two got planned? You two made up.
I'm struggling to stay the silence, to be fair.
Every week, Chin.
Let's go. Keep on
Dealing
going.
with fucking zig and zag. Righto. Blake Mullan, thanks for coming in, mate.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
It's I know it's a bucket list type thing, mate. You can
Yes,
tick
yes.
that off. Everest,
Can't remember
climb Mount Everest, tick. Win a couple of flags, tick.
Halftime Heroes.
How
Tick,
many?
Tick.
You. If you
Flags?
Me?
Oh,
Yeah.
Nah, just the one.
Just the one. Yeah, that's
Just
what I
the
thought.
Want to go back through your footy journey because you've been around the caper. How old are you, Jim?
29. 30 on Friday.
30
On
on
Friday.
Friday. Oh,
Good
congratulations
Friday.
for
Well
Friday,
done,
mate.
happy
That's a big
birthday.
one. And what are we doing for your 30th?
Nothing. The missus has been hounding me to do something, but I just...
Well, you got to buy.
I
You're
know,
not
I
playing
can't
footy
be
on
starved
Saturday.
doing anything. I've had
You
enough.
can't you?
Nah.
I've had enough.
No, everyone's been hounding me to do. I'm just happy to just chill, just
Do
catch
something. Go
up
to
with
the
the
pub with a
family.
couple of mates.
Couldn't
Yeah,
agree
Footy
more.
boys will have something planned, surely. Come on, lads.
Nah, I've kept it pretty quiet, so...
Well, not anymore,
Well,
mate.
no.
Not anymore.
the audience is going to pick up on this.
Yeah.
Want to drill down your footy journey, mate? We know that you're at Frankston there with this good fellow down here for a little while, and
Frankston
Frankston in 2000, and you were captain of Frankston Dolphins in 2019.
Yep, I think so. I can't remember all the years.
2018,
It's all just
19.
blended
But
together
you had a gap year where Frankston
Yeah.
didn't put a team on the park, and you went to Coburg.
Yeah, that's right.
What was that experience like?
It was good.
And how'd you get there? Not drive, I mean, but
To Coburg.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd finished Stingrays and then went to Frankston and I think I played maybe 2 or 3 years there and then obviously they folded and all that stuff happened.
Yeah.
And we were pretty tight-knit there, so we all just spoke about what we were going to do and a lot of guys went to Williamstown, me and 3 others went to Coburg. We're all pretty adamant on playing like standalone footy,
Yep.
so we all went our own ways. Pretty much like without being arrogant, but the better players got picked out from the other clubs. Like they just poached them straight away,
Right.
and then that was it. So then Peter German was my coach. At
Yeah,
Coburg.
okay. So you got the phone call?
Yeah, I got the.
Did you get a number of phone calls?
I had Williamstown and Coburg.
Right.
I think, but I was always probably leaning towards Coburg more. I thought it'd be a better opportunity. I'd probably play more games. So I ended up playing every game there because I think I was only 21 or 22 at that time.
Okay.
So yeah, I went down there and it was a fair drive.
Yeah.
It's like an hour and a half, especially in traffic, which is, I look back now, I think, I don't know how I
It's
did
an
that.
exhausting place to get to, yeah.
It was a nightmare. Like, I wouldn't be able to do that now. There's no way.
Yeah.
I don't know how I did it.
Then you came back to Frankston from there after Frankston rekindled itself and got itself going, and you come back as captain.
Yep.
Again in 2000. And what are we talking now? 2020.
No.
2018 it would have been.
Yeah, it would have been
2018.
earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So obviously
Timeline, I can't remember at all.
This is getting
Before COVID, though.
Yeah, so
This is before the abacus was...
2018, 2019
yeah.
What did
was
you...
captain.
I thought we had to do some research on this.
Mate,
That's
only 2 years off. What? That wasn't bad.
No, that's close.
What are all
Well
these
done.
notes? They're not even...
Oh, they're a bit sketchy. I was sitting on my front.
Don't talk
step
about-
talking to your fucking
Don't talk
coach.
about the notes. Don't talk about the notes.
Don't even
mate.
look at me notes either. Piss off.
They're not there.
So, obviously, captaincy, I had a chat to, that's how I got some intel on you today. Like some really good sort of juicy stuff today. Captaincy is important to you. Everywhere you've gone, you've seen to be a captain. He's wrapped in your captaincy at YC at the moment. He seems to think that comes naturally to you. Is that do you feel that way? Do you see? You said you're mates with everyone.
Say no.
Yeah, I don't know.
And do you feel the way to captaincy, or you just take it naturally?
I do. I felt the weight last year, like when things weren't going well, when things are going good, it's easy. You can just you just keep sailing. But when things aren't going well, everyone's looking to hit you. And if you want to be everyone's mate, which I think is important, sometimes you got to have some hard conversations, and they're probably the things you don't look forward to. And when you're not going well, you got to have more hard conversations than not. So, I mean, I wouldn't say it comes easy to me. I've probably definitely learnt a lot. And funny enough, being at Frankston, losing a lot of games has probably helped. Bring that
process.
around. Yeah. And then when you come into YCW, and I was like unfortunate, super fortunate coming into YCW with Kev and a few of the older guys. Yeah. Like it was just straight into it, and they were pretty much run the ship, and I just stuck behind them, and then they've all taken off, and it's been a pretty smooth transition.
Yeah, I notice in your huddles, I sort of sneak out to your huddles from time to time to get close to Goons.
Exactly.
Unreal.
And it seems to be a really holistic approach within that group. There's a number of guys, you're one of them, a number of guys, Kev would talk up, there's something to say and that sort of stuff, and it seems to be a real sort of great formula for blokes to get together, and everyone seems really comfortable.
100%. And that's probably why YC's been really strong for however long, is because a lot of players just drive it. So Gooch sends a message, but then it's almost done from Gooch, and the players just drive the rest of it, which is really good.
Yeah, it's great. So you sound like a natural leader of men. Any coaching aspirations? Do you think that will feed on to?
What makes you say this?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
We've had a conversation.
Do I know something? You know something that we don't know, that Gamma's going to get the arse and you're going to coach some of them?
Jeez. Just give me a heads up, will you?
You won a couple, mate. You're lucky.
Coaching, maybe. At the moment, I probably just don't have the time for it.
Okay.
Footy's probably enough at the moment, just playing, but probably down the track, when I'm a bit older, I'm not playing anymore. I'll probably miss the camaraderie of all the boys. So I'll probably get back into it.
Okay.
Probably then. But yeah.
Righto. There's something else going on in there?
No.
Okay. Right?
Were you told there was something?
No,
No.
He had that glint in his eye and he said, well, why would you say that?
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know, that's an interesting thing.
It is.
I remember coming back to when you were coaching Devon, you tried to get me across there.
I had you at my house, didn't I?
Yeah.
Made you a nice little coffee.
Told me to coach there.
And I went, yeah, you didn't fucking ring me back. Good on you. Couple of grand a game.
Yeah, I know.
Whisker.
Holy shit.
Right, let's now morph into that. Great little segue. You and Harmsy, at 1 point players at Devon. You're Devon Meadows Juniors.
Yep, played all the juniors
And
there together.
I know one of the things we spoke about when we both had a couple of cans was
I told you, I can't remember this conversation.
well, it'll come floating back to that. You'd like to go back there one day and help them win a premiership. You and Harmsy, it'd be something you might do when you're
He clearly forgets that
35.
conversation.
Yeah,
No,
when
he
you're
doesn't
older.
forget it. He didn't.
No, we pretty much always had a thing that when we're both done, we might go back there and just play local footy, even if the twos or whatever, just go back another year together.
Yeah, right.
But he's still got a couple of years to go, so
Right,
it'll be a
okay.
while.
So you and Harmsy go to Devon Meadows and play twos.
Pretty much.
Right.
Pretty much, maybe.
You'll be 48
There was
years.
a
You'll be as
big
old as
maybe.
me.
No,
mate.
I'm
Still getting
YC through and through. But there's a lot of good friends at Devon Meadows, and we've always had that thing that it would be awesome to go back there
Yeah.
and hopefully they've already won a premiership, but go win their first premiership.
Yeah.
I think it'd be unreal.
Yeah, fantastic. It's 1 pointers especially. It's great. Great for the
Absolutely,
juniors within the
and
club.
Just cashing in, ching ching.
The YCW, your captain, was fantastic footy. It's a great honour to be. It must be a great honour to be a captain of such a great, strong footy club within the competition.
Yeah, it is, and I'll probably take it a little bit for granted. It's one thing I'll probably look back on in life
100%,
later
yeah.
and say that's pretty cool. But at the moment, I'm just in the moment and just trying to get another flag.
Yeah, fantastic. It's looking okay this year, and it's only going to get better. So we can go into these boys that may be coming back.
These are the notes.
Just leave the notes alone. Maxie Williams coming back from. He's not a Frankston. Where was he?
He played Frankston the last couple of years. So he hasn't played local in a while, but I think he was Bo Morris, but he's doing his firefighting course. So he's at the academy at the moment.
Okay.
So we haven't seen him. He's been at training and stuff, but they wrap up in I think 2 weeks, so we'll have him pretty much full time from then, which would be good.
Okay.
Be handy.
Be very handy. And the other very handy one, maybe Ned Cahill, who's got the itch again.
I know.
He wants the itch scratched.
Yeah. Well, so
Maybe.
So he signed with us, and then wanted to get into triathlons. Yeah. And then him. So he's best mates with Luca, and obviously Jimmy plays at the club.
Yep.
And Luca's brother Isaac.
Yeah.
They all went away. They actually climbed Mount Everest. They went to base camp.
Oh, well, that's another thing.
Yeah,
We'll get him on here so they can tick another
That's
thing.
it. Yeah. So they went there, and I think
Comparative.
he's got the itch to come back. And
Fantastic.
So he's been in the last couple of training sessions, so he might pull the jumper soon. But we'll
Yeah,
wait and
that'd be a
see.
handy in.
Yeah.
And you got another one too.
Another
Player
maybe
No,
another one.
No.
I've got to keep it under wraps.
Do
I'm under
we?
strict
Okay.
orders.
And
Not getting that one.
who's going to be? Who's going to be
We nearly
the
did.
MVP? He must be super handy.
I'm calling him. Yeah, I mean, if he can play every game, he'll be the MVP at the end of the year.
Wow, eh?
Huge.
That is huge.
He's
It's a
a
shame we haven't
beast.
got a beast.
Is he in the competition currently?
No,
No.
and he hasn't played AFL.
You heard it first here, folks.
And he hasn't played AFL.
That's big.
He's a good player.
A good player. Okay. Lots of good players out there, but it sounds like if you're wrapping him up,
Yeah, I'm wrapping him up.
And hasn't played AFL.
Riley Darcy, he's been huge for the club, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's good.
Coming across from Kringle
He's unreal.
gives
He's
you that great focal point. Bit of a
Yeah.
character.
I mean,
You're
on
pretty
the
good mates, aren't
weekend-
you?
Yeah, we're good mates. On the weekend, though, we probably went to him too much. We still kick it to him when he's got 4 or 5 blokes on him.
Yeah, means the other blokes are out somewhere.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah.
no, he's unreal. He's one of the lads now, and everyone gets around him, and he gets around everyone. He's unreal.
Yeah, no, that's great. It's great to have that focal point. It's a bit of a character down
Yeah,
there too,
it
that
is.
you can sort of
Just don't.
brings out
Just
the
got to make
blokes
sure you
around
kick
him.
it to him, otherwise
He
you know
gets a
about
bit-
it. Oh,
gets a
he
bit sad.
gets so angry.
Does he?
All this crap.
Yeah.
But he's been
Anything
unreal.
you guys?
He's been defending this year. I think
Has he?
I think he's had 2 tackles.
He chases out of it.
Yeah, he chases out.
Rather than
So
whinging, he'll chase out.
That's it. So raps to Riley Darcy. 2 tackles.
Yeah. 2 tackles. Well, not super coach points. Now, you fellas, have you got...
No, you've done it.
have you
You've
got-
done
no,
a
Gamma's-
ripping job.
I've got a serious question for you. Like, so us...
What weren't serious.
Oh, well. I don't know. a lot of the clubs around the peninsula look up to the Frankston YCs, the Mallisers, the Dramars around. Your role as captain, what do you get involved with during the week with the coaches? Do you get involved in selection? Do you get involved in some of the chats that they had with players? And what's your ongoing role throughout the week?
Yeah,
Great question.
Gooch is he's really good. He's very open with all that, so I'll probably get a phone call off him maybe once or twice a week. It's probably a Tuesday, Thursday, roll into training about what we're going to do. And we probably have a chat driving to training.
Yep.
So we talk about like focus points and what we did well on the weekend and how we can do drills to implement the things that we aren't doing well. But selection and stuff, nah, not really.
Stay out of
just leave that up to the selection committee, and that's about it. But drills and stuff, and a lot of the players, like we're all. There's been a lot of guys that have played VFL or high grade footy, so a lot of the drills and the stuff that we're doing is actually coming from them.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like a big collaborative meeting almost.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we all just spit out ideas and out it comes in the end.
Off the back of that, when a player's dropped, so a strong club, you've probably got 10 players in your twos that probably think they should be playing.
Yeah.
Once they've been told the news, do you as a captain and the other leaders get around those blokes and have a chat and follow up with what the coaches have said?
Yeah, 100%. And it's probably easier being a strong club that the up and down is probably going to come more naturally, especially with YCW. We've got, I think it's 8 VFL boys. So if there's a weekend off and they all come back, it's half the side nearly shifting in and out. So YC is really good in that. But, the twos are flying at the moment as well, and they've been super strong. And that's, I think that shows how good the club is, that the better twos players, they don't leave to chase senior footy. They stick around and bite their time. And sure enough, time comes, they move straight into the ones. Yeah,
it's kudos to the way that YC operate, really, because you've got that Thursday night bizzo where you're not sure the VFL guys are going to get picked to play VFL, and you're sort of naming a bit of a pseudo side up until about 8:30, 9 o'clock that night, so they know what they're doing.
That's most weekends,
They come in and out. So it's, to be, I think a lot of guys are just wrapped to wear the YC jump. The YC jumper,
I think so
to be
too.
honest, and they just want to be part of the organisation. So
yeah,
it's a great way to run it and to be that way.
Absolutely,
which is fantastic.
Yep.
Adam, have you got any?
No, nothing from me. No, you've nailed it.
The first time
with
you've
very
had nothing,
with
you've
very
had
little
nothing. Well, Goons gave me. He gave me something, but he didn't give me the big juice.
No,
what was the something?
Little bits and pieces.
Chook scratch.
What was the something?
Jesus. God almighty.
Out of all that, what was it?
Yeah, what was the something? No, but it's great to have you. You're going to stay for the entire show now.
Yeah, I'm here.
So it's great to have you here at last, and may we see you playing in the grand final this year and not drinking cans on the sideline, because I think you were giving it to Mount Eliza for most of the day that day.
Oh, I think so too.
I think
yeah.
you might have been. You're standing properly on the Mount Eliza coaches block.
I think everyone
giving
was.
it to about the cash and that sort of stuff. That actually didn't fucking eventuate, did it? So that must have been disappointing.
Oh, jeez, that salt still rubbing in there.
Oh, good stuff.
Oh, well done to you, Commish. Fantastic coach's corner with very little information. You've done it well. You've been able to draw it out for probably too long, but that's okay. Well done to you. Well done to you. He had nothing. He put a hot mess together, and it ended up being just a pile of molten lava. Well done to you, Commish. Thanks, Chin. We're going to take a quick break. That's been the Coach's Corner. We're going to come back with Division 2 football. You're listening and watching the Halftime Heroes.
Nestled on the beautiful Mornington Peninsula, Sharmac Lodge offers a peaceful 6-bedroom retreat in Rye for short-term stays for adults of all ages living with disability or illness. Overnight or day stays are available 7 days a week with tailored care provided around the clock. Guests can also participate in daily activities on the peninsula, making it a perfect getaway. Rest easy knowing your loved one's care is personalised to their needs. Finally, a short-term respite solution that brings peace of mind and can be funded under your home care package or NDIS funding. Book a tour today with the welcoming team at Sharmac Lodge. Visit aftercare.com.au or search Sharmac Lodge today. Let their family help your family.
Let's hook in. Welcome back to the Halftime Heroes. It's now time for. Can I just say that was something else. Old chin spin,
Chin spin is when he gets it and he has to spin before he gets rid of it. I forgot to bring that up.
That's it.
But Gern said, make sure you bring the chin spin up. You didn't even know what it is.
No, I don't know. The boys up in the balcony
The
invented it.
chin spin, did
That's
they?
it, yeah.
So he never
spin.
runs in a straight, he spins.
Ah.
Zing, like a top. Then, vroom, off he
Yeah,
goes.
okay, there you go.
Then
Like
bust
a,
through 50 blokes and bang.
Going to
Like
set
a-
you up a bit here, I reckon.
Yeah,
I reckon Gern's just throw me right under the bus.
There's no question about he has. Isn't he?
Asshole.
Fancy
Phone
not
call tomorrow,
sharing
mate.
you big goss, like big news. Fancy not sharing that with you. Chin spin. Hang around, please, because you're absolutely just making this so much better, and we're having a lot of fun with you here. So please hang around. Let's jump straight into Division 2 football, and the first game that occurred in round 2 was Saturday. All played out on the 12th of April. Was Hastings hosted Somerville Football Netball Club at the Hastings Club down at Hastings, and Somerville. Well done to you, Gammers. Although you had the jump, they had the jump on you, mate. You took the chocolates, 49 points. Bring us through I suppose, the first sort of 10 minutes. I suppose you caught with your pants down a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah, they smashed us. They brought the heat. They've got a really good, strong core of 6 to 8 players. Like Kev's done well. He's filled the gaps from last year. Their midfield's strong. They got a pretty handy ruck, and they just made us look silly until we had to make a couple of little adjustments. So they had four goals, I think, by the 9-minute mark of the first quarter, and then we kind of took control and got it back to within under a goal by quarter time. And after that, we reworked a few things and got our team defence up and going, and the game went the way we liked it to go. But they're much improved Hastings. Like they're not going to be a pushover like they were last year.
Would Kev have taken the YC shape? Is
that.
there
Yeah.
a fat side slider and things like that?
Yeah, I think there is. Yeah, he's pretty open and honest about that. He's pretty much taken what he's learned from that year at Frankston.
Yeah.
Can I
Who's
tell you?
down there?
Can I tell you? Some of the language I heard took red zone run and different things. Like
At least you know what it is.
Yeah. I'm like, I've heard that somewhere before. So
Yeah,
look,
right. Fantastic.
but that's something
Exactly
that
what they
club
needed.
hasn't had
Yeah, correct.
for a long time.
Yeah, shape.
Yeah, I was speaking to him a lot about that, and he's excited to go there because all these boys, he's just saying, they just want it. They want to learn.
Yeah.
They want to grow, and he's just throwing out all these lingos and these ideas, and they're just gravitating to it. So
Yeah.
I think it's really good, and I think they are going to be well.
Yeah, no.
And it's interesting to see. Just I'm looking at the best.
Yeah, he put himself in
There's
it.
a Kevin Lilac in the
Yeah.
best.
That's a very good point out, Chin. Kevin Lilac.
That's a given.
Kevin Lilac named himself in
That's a given.
the best.
Not first, though, at least.
No, not
Yeah.
first. Jack Slocum, Aaron Vinson, Kev Lilac, well done to you, Kev, Logan Panov, and Josh Beringer. That rounded out the best for Hastings. They played 41 points out of 46. 46, I hear you say. They would have been sus. Do you want to shed some light on Hastings 46?
I'm just trying to get some scores come through now. I'm just having some problems with the data on that one.
Now, 46 points. Why would have Hastings been playing with 46
Because
points?
the league
Permit.
want them to do better.
Yeah, permit. They
Yeah.
would have
Yeah.
around and said,
Hastings are playing 46 points, guys.
The two most last year's results and lack of 19s.
For your boys, that Gammers.
Yeah, we had a couple. He hurt himself in round one.
Lockie
and
Fuster, Wishka.
yeah,
Yeah,
Lockie
good.
Fuster going
Yeah,
all right.
good.
Birdo
good.
kicked 4.
Birdo's in rare form at the moment. Captain on the weekend. Just he got a little bit of a new role this year, a bit more forward, and then coming up to the stoppage, a little bit like an old Dusty Martin role, and he's relishing that.
Yeah,
so
nice. Yeah.
got him in some really nice form, and a couple of the recruits went well. Geordie Hayter, another good game, and Ollie Heavey was outstanding. Went unchanged on the wing in that heat.
Right.
Ran about 15
Yeah,
k's.
that's amazing.
It was
That's
astounding.
it's a big ground.
It's a huge ground.
Yeah.
So yeah, he played a ripper game. So he's in our best.
How did Lockie Gill go?
Yeah, he's starting to.
He'd be really good at the song, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, it's funny for Lockie Gill.
Plays on his own.
He's you know it yourself, making that adjustment from VFL back to local, it's a little bit tougher than you think. The ball doesn't go where it should go, and obviously hasn't played a lot of footy last couple of years, but he's just starting to see the little diamonds come out. So I think he'll be really good for us in the second half of the season.
So, Chin, you would still communicate with Kev a fair bit. He'd be a mate of yours.
Yeah.
But he's gone down with a 2 or 3 year plan, is he? Or
Yeah, I
you
think he's
if
going to
that's
be there. I don't think it's just a 1 year thing. I think he can see that it's going to be 2 or 3 years before they start to see some results and then really push up the ladder. But I think he's excited by it. A new fresh start and
the challenge of it too.
Yeah, and he's been at Frankston at YCW for probably as long as I've been alive.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think he needed a fresh start, and he's loving it.
Yeah, fantastic, awesome. That's exactly what Hastings needed. The Kev Lilac. Great.
Best for Somerville, just to recap on that, was Oliver Heavey, Jack Taunton, Jordan, Hammock, Luke Birdo, Burton, Lockie Haskett, and Geordie Hayter. And that rounds out that particular game. The next game was Karingal taking on, it almost pains me. Karingal taking on Frankston Bombers at Karingal Football Ground. I haven't seen this in our competition for probably, I don't know, I'd have to go back through the archives. But, they won by 169 points, did the Frankston Bombers, and Karingal, my heart bleeds. I don't know how you come back and rock up Tuesday and Thursday when you've had a shellacking like that. I think you're going to pull the positives and learn, and it's not a good loss at all.
And the outlier here is that Harry and Khan weren't named in Frankston's best, so that's scary when you.
And I don't think Alex Arnett played.
And Alex Arnett didn't play. I mean, wow, that's a massive score, isn't it?
And 402 disposals to 250.
I think so.
100%. It was pretty even. 32 points and 31 points. 32 being what am I saying? Karingal and 31 for Frankston. Very, very, very interesting. A pretty bad loss. Callan Dixon, Lewis Barber, Campbell Chamber, Oscar Hanson, and Noah Bailey in the best, and Spencer Robertson, Sam Glenn, Tyson Barry, and Samuel Latrell Block in the best there. So,
are they the team to beat?
Yep.
Frankston Bombers.
Yeah, looks like it's now.
It kind of does look like it now.
It's certainly developed that one. That's such a disjointed scoreline. You can't take anything off that. Chin, your two clubs, you operate, they're close to each other.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in the same demographic. The downward spiral of Karingal Footy Club, you would know some guys that play there or used to play there.
Riley played there. Matt Hill, we got across this year,
right,
so he played there as well.
What's the vibe in amongst the sort of playing groups?
I don't know, as in playing groups at Karingal?
Yeah, just in general. I mean, you see each other at the pub and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I don't actually know too many of those guys. I think the only... Gooch set him up with this one as well. The only two I really know is Riley Darcy and Matt Hill, and they're now at YCW. But so I don't know how they're feeling, but I could imagine it'd be shocking. You just got to, as you said before, just roll in Tuesday.
No, but my point is,
and try to be positive.
The pond that they're swimming in is really close to each other. And they've got this great facility, and ever since the facility's been built, it's gone downhill. Like, it's just hard to work it out.
Yeah, it is.
It's ever since your man left.
He's
still...
he's out for the year.
He was still talking.
But they were in the grand final 2 years ago,
correct.
Weren't they?
No, I think it was about
22 they were in. 23 they went 10-0.
Yes.
To start the year.
Because Langy bet them.
23 was all three grades, wasn't it? We're in finals.
It just shows how important it is, I think, to set your culture up, make every person valued at a club. And I'm not saying that hasn't happened, but from your bottom age 19s to your oldest senior player, they've got to feel the same worth. Well, not the same worth, but they've got to feel valued and motivated to come to the club. Otherwise, they'd leave.
Might be worth going down there, Chin, down to Karingal, playing with all those mates you have down there in the pond.
Well, this is about to get nasty, isn't it?
The next game was Ryan taking on Devon Meadows at RJ Rowley Reserve. I had a few of the aftercare boys. I'm sorry, RJ Rowley Reserve. I had a few of the garden and home maintenance boys there following the Drewy boys because Dazza Drew, the old man, works with us and for me. So he was down there with a few of the boys and they absolutely run amok. I didn't want to hear too much about it this morning. I just made sure that they weren't wearing any of the aftercare uniform because I didn't want them to be advertising when they were in the state that they were in. But Rye just Well, yeah, like I said, 107 played 45. Disappointing again from Rye. Devon Meadows are, definitely there, but I don't know if they're that there to go down by 62 points, Gammers.
It lately, just pointed with that. They for the start of the year, they're putting a game plan together. I feel talking about Hastings as well. It takes time. Like Rye have been where they've been for a long, long time. As long as I've been around in the comp for the last few years. So you can recruit these guys, but you've actually got to partner up with the players you already had. The game plan needs to be ingrained, practiced, tested, see what doesn't work, see what does, change things. And I just think they need to keep working and changing a few things until they get something that clicks. I mean, the positive for Rye that I'd be talking about is they're not getting absolutely smashed like they were last year. Like, I only talk about when we've played them. There's been some pretty horrible scores. Then that's not a horrible score. It's a big loss. But we were talking about 120 to 150 point losses for Rye only 12 months ago. Now it's down to 10 goals. Like you don't go from 100+ point losses to winning games in 12 months. It just doesn't happen.
No, that's a very, very good point. Very good point. Both teams playing with 34 points, which was interesting. Rye,
they come under my cap, don't they?
Pardon?
They come under the cap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I went under 35 this week.
See?
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
Is that the new rule? You've got to be under your cap.
Bingo.
Yeah, good win.
No problem. It's possible.
34, so 46 points.
Is that the new rule? You've got to be under your
The new
cap.
rule. Yep. My cap.
I don't know any of this point business.
Didn't you listen last week?
No, I missed it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
You missed it.
Well, love the show.
Did you?
It's a podcast. You can listen to it whenever you want.
I'll listen on the way home.
Very good. The best for Rye was Edward Green, Jackson Allen, Tyson Barnes, Tate Dennis, and Jet Tomlinson. And for Devon Meadows, it was Kai Williams, Riley Simmons, Joel Hillis, surprise, surprise, our boy Dean Kent, and Alex Canal.
The boys out there are a huge rap in Kai Williams.
This is one that you were talking about last week. Yeah.
Huge rap.
Yep.
So one to watch, one coming through.
Them in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, there you go. This one to go straight to.
Yep.
Next game was Seaford. Tate, this was always touted to be a very, very interesting game. Seaford have been hot. Unfortunately, they didn't get the win at home. RF Miles Reserve, they got done by Crib Point by 14 points. Sus Crib Point, geez, they're up and about. They're up and about, aren't they?
They're going. They were struggling early on, and they've roused it after half time and come back from points down. So well done to Cribby. So really wrapped there on the board now, and bit of searching there for Seaford.
Yeah. They'll be disappointed with that.
Yeah, I reckon they will be.
Yeah.
Leading for the majority of the day and then
let it slip.
Get pipped.
Kicked themselves out of it by the look of it.
Yeah. Yep, 8:15 played, Seaford played Crib Point 11-11. 8:15, you'd be disappointed with that.
Well, you reckon, Sus? They got the nuclear engineers in, got that sub going.
Yeah.
Didn't get there the first week.
Well, apparently it's got a diesel backup.
Yeah, Rog. Yeah.
Just got a diesel backup. They put the snorkel up and
Where they went.
Yeah, they were off.
Diesel, not nuclear.
Nah, not nuclear this
Not
week.
nuclear, no. Bailey McIndoe, Lockie Ord, Lockie Osborne, Sam McKinder, and Brodie Scully were named in the best for Seaford. And for Cribby was Tyler Hobson, Jet Bauer, Max Coughlin, Peter Whelan, and Cooper Wiskin. Points. I thought I did the points already.
37 to 36 over the cap.
Sorry.
Those results don't count.
So do you need to explain it to Chin or not?
No, he's going to listen
You're gonna. Oh yeah, okay.
on the way home.
He won't, but that's okay. And then Tyab down at the pond.
You went and did it to us, Tyab. You went and did it to us. You just couldn't fucking win one of those, could you?
What's happening here?
Jimmy just couldn't do it.
Tyab going down to Bomb Beach. Well done to Bomb Beach and to Troy Schwartz for getting his first win as the senior coach of Bomb Beach Football Netball Club. So well done, Troy, taking the win, 47 points. Tyab, just didn't fire up in the end at all.
Bunch of scoring shots there.
15, well, they
20
had a
to
really
9-9.
they had a really strong last quarter, but fortunately for Bomb Beach, they had the game pretty much wrapped up at 3/4 time on 11-12, 78.
Roll of the best. And
They've
have
got a
look
few
at what
missing
happened there.
Tyab. I got a
Yeah.
good word. So they believe they'll
through injury or
injury in a way. I think
okay,
there's a few
What,
they're
another
expecting to
fucking
come back.
wedding or
Overseas, I believe.
Jesus.
So they're expecting to be strong in the second half of the year. But
I'm going to
go
challenge.
back up that score. Sorry, Sus. That's a smashing. 35 shots to 18.
Oh, yeah.
So they
Yeah.
should have probably won by
Double
100.
scoring shots.
Yeah.
I'll challenge you there on Gammers because they had 40 points out of 45. So they still haven't got many away if they're using those numbers.
And this is a layer of our points issue if we want to keep that going. Your fringe players that you get into your twos that aren't quite good enough, and we've had a couple that have played twos that will play ones. They end up being 3 or 4 pointers. Actually, it's inflated for you. Actually, sometimes playing on more points with a weaker side. So when they get there, like Will Hose isn't playing. There's a couple more there that are 1-pointers that aren't playing at the moment. We'll bring them down to under 40, and they'll actually be a better side.
We get done by that
That's
every
not
week.
crazy.
We got a group of boys from Bluera because our under 17s didn't come through that COVID year. So we got this group of Bluera boys who are 19 at the moment, and if they play seniors, they're the highest points in our team.
Yeah, which is just
And they're under 19s.
It's a false economy there.
They're,
it is.
They're a
Yeah.
3-pointer.
That's a
and
term,
that's all
it's a
part
false
of
economy.
That's all
Don't
part of the
get us
stuff we're
going.
talking about. It's
Oh
just,
no,
it
get
needs
us
to be
going. It is a hot topic. And
Summited. We need to-
absolutely get us
You
going.
can come in the room when we have the summit.
Corey Buchan, Damien Plain, Matthew Clark, Lockie Cox, and Bradley Radabuli was in Tyab's best. Bomb Beach was Liam Hullett, Jet Peckett, Sonny Peckett, and Thomas Hogan, Flynn Hines.
The other part is that the VFL buy helped Bomb Beach. Got the Pecker boys back, which makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Ah,
there you go.
So there's
There you go.
there's your double whammy of your inflated twos players and then your superstar 1-point players. Like that makes that look pretty ugly, but it's probably not as bad as what it seems for time.
We've nearly got a competition between the Gerts and the Peckets. There's 3 Peckets playing in Bond Beach's side last week. So, yeah.
Wait till you get to Pierstar and you start talking about the Benwells.
That's right.
Beautiful.
They're
everywhere.
They're everywhere.
There's 4 Gerts.
I think there's 7
No,
Benwells
how many-
between
no,
seniors and
how many
reserves.
Pecker boys,
And that's a
there
water
was
boy.
2.
That's a lot
2
of
in
work.
the best.
Yeah, so they're obviously juniors from the club. So yeah, that's handy. But
It makes a
if you
difference.
can get, if you can
Huge
get VFL
difference.
players that are
Yeah.
one pointers,
Yep.
coming back to your team, that's more.
Especially in Divi 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the halftime heroes selection table match of the round for round 2. We chose Pearcedale taking on Chelsea at Pearcedale Recreation Reserve. And Pearcedale taking the chocolates there, 36 points, 18, 17, 125 played, 13, 11, 89. Pearcedale, Gammers, we've all spoken about it, Commish. They are up and about, and if they've got available players of that like every week, they're going to be pretty hard to beat too come the pointy end of the competition.
Yeah, they're a concern. Their form's franked. Frankston Bombers have played a lower team, where Pearcedale have played a couple of better teams in Devon and Chelsea and have won convincingly on both. And they've got us in 2 weeks' time. But if you look down the players, I think Cruz, West and Eddie have put 8 or 9 on between them. The midfield, that's deep. You've got
Cruz kick 5.
Yeah, Cruz a handful. So they're a great side.
Thornton 4.
Kane Thornton's a star. He gets under the radar with the Bastanak boys and others. So
And you've got the 2 Bastanak boys jumping in at 28, 27 possessions each.
Yeah.
Makes a difference, doesn't it?
That's
Huge. And Kamish, 27 points.
Like it. There you go.
Incredible. Played 38
that's good.
points.
That's what can happen if we give this whole thing time to develop. 2029 a better year.
Absolutely.
When
There's
you
going to
listen
be
to it.
an inquiry into this.
No.
There's going to be an inquiry into this. There is no question about it.
It's possible.
Points is an issue. It really, really is. And, Pearcedale played, Chelsea played with 38 points.
Right.
And just some of their names, just your typical, Stamatis and our boy, Todd Gardner. Wowee. Isn't he special to watch? But, well done to Pearcedale. You are, Gammers and also Macab Gammers, didn't he? He's a huge fan of the one. Boys, your takeaways, please, round 2 in Division 2.
I'm
Oh,
down at
fucking
Crib Point.
surprise,
They
surprise.
don't get me going, but that Crib Point, they're I'm just glad they're up and about.
You owe them a sauna still. You know that.
Yes, I know. Yep, I know.
Oh, God almighty. Commish, your takeaways.
I bang on about these guys, but the frustration of Tybe, and I know they played against a good opposition on the week, but they're at home. They should be developing quicker than what they are. They're driving me nuts. Driving me nuts. Just their inconsistent form line is nearly impossible to follow.
Gammers.
Looking at the ladder, I'm hoping we're part of it, but the top 3 starting to flex their muscles. Definitely the top 2 in Frankston and Pearsdale, and we hope to verify that form against Pearsdale next time we play. So, yeah, there's starting to become a pretty clear gap in fours and against and percentage and how teams are playing. And, yeah, I'd say the ladder will change, obviously, but the top 3 look pretty strong.
They do. Where do you play them, Gammers? At your home deck? Or?
Yeah, we've got Pearsdale at home, and there's a strange anomaly where since I've been there, we've never beaten them at home, but we've never lost at Pearsdale. So we're hoping to change that one.
Change that one. I like that. I like that a lot. Chin, anything from you? Did you learn anything over the weekend about Division 2?
Yeah, I learned if you're a coach, you can still get named in the best. Which makes me want to coach from now on.
Yeah.
I like that a lot from you, Chin. Well done. I like that very much.
Good
And
cop,
that's
that, Kev.
just in case you missed that, Kev, that was directed at you for putting yourself in the best. You heard it here on the Halftime Heroes. Well, that is a wrap for what has been round 2. Let's jump straight into now. Just bear with me because it's another clusterfuck of a round coming up over Easter. So you'll find round 3 in round 4. So the next round is on Easter Friday, Good Friday, I should say, and then the one game being played. Am I right, Sus? It's
3 games.
It's no. Oh yeah, 3 games. Sorry.
Yep.
Got the night game,
3 games, and the night game, is that right, Sus? It's at RF Miles in Seaford.
Yep.
Looks like 6 p.m. No, very, very interesting. Now, for the selection table, we've chosen because we think it's going to be like following Troy Schwartz's first win, and depending on what happens with those couple of VFL boys, Gammers, this could be the game of the round. We think it's going to be the game of the round. We looked at both 3 games and we tried to polish the turds as much as humanly possible, and the shiniest come up as Bomb Beach and Chelsea. So we're running with that, Commish. But the first game.
Hey, by the way, I play against all these teams. I didn't say that about any of them.
So the first game is going to be played at the Pond Bungayan Reserve. Well, this is going to be just a rip snorter. Tyab taking on Rye Football Netball Club. Commish, what do you make of this one, please?
Not much.
Oh, jeez.
Move on.
So,
No, I don't know. Look, Tyab have got.
They've got it.
God almighty. They've got to beat Riot.
Well, look, this is going to be it. Look, I'm taking the piss. I'm only joking. Or am I? But, I'm not. But Rye Gammers, this is a real opportunity for them. If they need a win, it's this weekend on Good Friday. There will be plenty of people down at the Pond. Don't you worry about that.
Will we?
Probably not.
Bringing it on that, we've got to say, have we haven't destroyed Good Friday footy, but it used to be one game.
Yeah, it did.
The feature game of the round. Yeah,
and we've just saturated the whole weekend now.
No, well.
I don't mind the Bomb Beach Chelsea game into the Seaford night game. You can get 2.
It does. It does. As I said, at RF Miles Reserve, Seaford need to just put them away. Oh, God. Fuck, that was crickets. Gammers.
Well, they Karingle.
Seaford will kick straighter this week.
Absolutely.
Back at home, and they'll win by a lot.
50 plus.
20. Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
At quarter time.
Sus.
Yes, Seaford Easy. They'll be rolling up on the 5:45. And they'll just get the job done and probably depart around the.
Only get there 15 minutes early.
Yeah.
That's all they'll need.
And they'll depart on the 8 straight into town for a good night's celebration.
Absolutely, straight down to the Seaford RSL. Don't you worry about that. They'll go, and Coringal. We'll see what happens there. But tips. Have we done tips? Chin.
Seaford.
Yeah, that's a bit of a no-brainer, unfortunately, for Coringal. Sus.
Seaford.
Yeah, absolutely. And the halftime heroes match of the round 4. On round 4. Can't stress that enough. There is football this weekend. We've chosen Bomb Beach, as mentioned, taking on Chelsea. It is going to be a rip snorter of a game. There's no question. And Troy Schwartz, he's had his taste of his first win, Gammers, and he's going to bring it to Chelsea, I reckon.
I'm actually looking forward to this one. I'll probably go and have a look because I want to see what the new Bomb Beach is like. And obviously Chelsea are going to be a top 3, top 4 side, so I want to go and see what they're doing as well. A lot will depend. I'm not sure what VFL's doing this weekend. I think it's up and about. So and the Peckett boys are either Sandy or Frankston. I believe they're Sandy boys now. If they play, this is a cracker, I believe. And if they don't play, it could be pretty one-sided.
Yeah.
No, well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? You rely. Chin. You mentioned it in Coach's Corner and a little bit in Div 1 Footy Show, but you're almost blessed with these VFL plays, but sometimes it's a real hindrance, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Especially if you don't know week to week what's happening.
Yeah.
And the worst part is if they play over 12 games, they can't play finals.
No, that's
which
right.
kills you.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, no question about that. And I think I might have missed, although Gammers did allude to it, I forgot to mention that the Seaford game at RF Miles Reserve, and Sus, you probably let it through, but it is going to kick off at 6 o'clock. So it's it's a night game because daylight savings has finished. It'll be under lights, which will be very nice. Something for the Frankston train line to just keep an eye on as they're whistling past the RF Miles Reserve Commish.
And it might be the only crowd they get, maybe.
No, there's the Blue Scope trains due past at 7 o'clock.
The Blue Scope.
Well, I'm just saying
It's a slow-moving one, the Blue Scope, I tell you.
They're not rushing out of Coringal to go watch this one. Coringal Hub.
Out of the hub.
They're not knocking the bloody gates down. Getting there now to get a good seat.
They're not, but rounds out. That's round 3 that's going to happen in round 4, believe it or not. Go and figure that out because she's it just boggles my mind every time, Sus.
Actually, it's a good night. You could plan it really well.
Yeah.
So here's the trip that goes on Friday. We're going to start off at Bond Beach. We're going to jet down to Seaford after that. We'll probably get sick of the match at around 7 o'clock, and then we're going to jump on the train back into Frankston and catch the 7:45 match at Frankston versus Richmond.
I'm going to that one.
Are you going?
Bloody oath, Frankston Richmond. You going, don't you?
No, it's my birthday.
But you're not doing anything.
We'll come down and buy
No,
You
got something organised that night.
Yeah.
Well, I
So you said you
I'll go down.
Yeah,
No, I can't go down there Friday. Got something organised.
Got something organised, and now you want a birthday party.
Yeah. Happy birthday. Got any candles?
Yeah, we can put it in the sushi. I like that. As I said, that rounds out what's going to be coming up on Easter weekend in Division 2 to be played out all on the Friday. Good Friday it is. Make sure you, eat whatever you want because who cares really at the end of the day. That's a wrap for Division 2 football. We're going to take a quick break. We've still got Suss's Pallets and the wrap coming up. You're watching the Halftime Heroes.
Nestled on the beautiful Mornington Peninsula, Sharmac Lodge offers a peaceful 6-bedroom retreat in Rye for short-term stays for adults of all ages living with disability or illness. Overnight or day stays are available 7 days a week with tailored care provided around the clock. Guests can also participate in daily activities on the peninsula, making it a perfect getaway. Rest easy knowing your loved one's care is personalised to their needs. Finally, a short-term respite solution that brings peace of mind and can be funded under your home care package or NDIS funding. Book a tour today with the welcoming team at Sharmac Lodge. Visit aftercare.com.au or search Sharmac Lodge today. Let their family help your family.
Welcome back to the Halftime Heroes. Well, there is plenty of talk going on. We're going to one day, Sus, we're going to just put together a couple of reels of some of the
Crap.
pretty much, yeah, some of the absolute smack talk that happens when we are in ad break because, well, I mean, half the time it's the commish throwing the toys out the cot, and then this was really good. Chin getting explained the whole points thing, and I think you've got it.
Got it.
You understand it? Okay, very good. So that's what's happening. But right now, it's time for it's the Halftime Heroes' favourite segment. It used to be the soapbox, Spook soapbox. Well done to Spook on the weekend, although he didn't
got pipped.
Yeah, just got pipped by a very,
Well done,
very,
mate.
very strong
It's coming.
Baronia team. They won the Division 2 competition last year and they got promoted into Division 1. And I reckon if there was and Spook won't want to hear this, but if there was another couple of minutes to play, they were absolutely out of legs. And again, he was struck with injury with Chase Harris going down, his boy. And, it was a pretty sad bench. Looks like Chase is going to miss a few weeks with a dislocated finger and then also Bayswater Roos. But
Just chuck him in the sauna.
well, yeah, no, don't you worry about
the
that.
sauna's not
It will be. Depth and a lot of good players still to come in that Resi side, Gammers. So he's not sport for choice, that's for sure.
And new coaching structure as well.
They'll
be playing a different way.
Takes time.
A much different way. A much
well done.
different way.
2 close losses. We'll take those.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So well done to you, Spook, and to the Bayswater boys. I'm getting to know them pretty well. So they're a good club and a good bunch of lads. And there's promise. Well, there's plenty to come still early on in the year, but right now, as I said, it was Spook soapbox. Now it's Sus's Pallets, and you still haven't fucking put something together for the old the shipping container forklift just backing up to lift the pallets and your mass up. It's what if you? Well, we've all got mass.
There's some Harley Reid mass for you.
Some more than others, but
Harley Reid. No, that was Bailey Smith.
Bailey Smith got a double.
They've been doing it all year.
Good on him.
What have you got for us, Sus?
Right, so folks, here's my beef at the moment, and it's and I'll call it the umpire roster. So lack just a little, not a good look. We need to promote umpiring a bit more and get some more umpires into the system. We cannot have matches. I think there were 2 matches over the weekend that had no umpires. Sorry, no field umpires.
Yep.
No, and there were a couple of matches that had no boundary or goal umpires. So, folks, we need some promotion from our great AFL Southeast, and we need some promotion from our SUA friends, which I know I have seen them go out and do that. But geez, if we don't have umpires, folks, our standard's just going to go down the toilet.
Well, let's be honest, Sus. The game doesn't fucking happen without umpires. If there's no officiators, there's no game.
Correct.
Finish.
So let's get them on board. I know it's a bit late at the start of the season, but if we're at round 1 or 2 and we're missing matches and making the phone call. By the way, probably getting a bit of we've got to work out payments and all that type of thing. We need to develop either a plan that says, here's some emergency umpires as a backup that maybe are produced by a group of clubs and they volunteer their services or paid or whatever, but we cannot run short of umpires and we need to support them in what they do.
Good. So any thoughts on how, Sus?
Well, there's always volunteers and people that will always help out, and they don't have to do it at their own club. So we've got enough of those people in the greater community to come and assist. So it's just a matter of alerting them to say, hey, we need your hand on the better.
I reckon Gamage.
Yep.
If you're a volunteer. for example, what if someone clocks someone?
Particular instance that we're talking about, there was no field umpires, which means that there were goal umpires. So I think most of the time, your goal umpires are the senior out of just about every game.
Yeah.
Not just because they're ancient, but because they've been umpiring for a long time. Sus.
Yep, and I think we've had 7 matches over the round that had 3 umpires in a match.
Yeah.
So, folks, if we've got 3, we can do with 2, but not all matches had 3 umpires. So let's make sure that we've got all our grades covered first
And
before we start getting.
Yeah, exactly. And if I can just elaborate on that a little bit, so I heard a little whisper that that it wasn't like it was okay. It was okay. There's 2 points to this. The first point is that there was two umpires available at this particular game, 2 field umpires available that umpired, officiated the under-19s. So my argument is that and Kamish, you'll agree to this, that there's more volunteers because there's a lot of bottom age 19s that are coming, which means there's parents, there's volunteers, there's people, there's spectators. They were probably more likely to go and umpire at a volunteer level and then leave those umpires that were going to umpire the 19s, let them umpire reserves because, to state the obvious, there's not a whole lot of people other than wives watching their partners go around in division in the twos.
Yeah.
And then the other point is that I think it was all pretty late. I've been informed it was all pretty late when the league notified these clubs that there were going to be no umpires. There was no follow-up, and there doesn't appear to be any remuneration towards those clubs either yet. So I just think there is an issue. There's an issue with umpires and obtaining umpires, but I reckon as 2 organisations being AFL Southeast and SUA, I reckon the process probably could be a little bit better.
I think, Sus, talking to your point, mate, if we're short now, it's like a footy club, umpires. If you're short now, where are you going to be in June? When it's cold, raining, muddy.
Sleeting.
So, look, I think part of the solution is on the clubs. I think we need to be probably a little bit more liberal and get our umpires out to our training sessions a little bit more often, build that connection, and maybe some of the twos players that aren't getting a game, maybe they go, oh, well, I'm not getting a game and I don't work Saturday. Maybe. Like, it's a big maybe, but maybe they go, oh, I might go and take that up and get paid.
It's funny you say that, Gammers, because my next point was the coin. Like my bloke, Jake, he umpired. He had enough of football, been playing since I was kicking. He just thought, I'm going to have a break. And he was starting to get heavily into golf. And he's like, I'm going to umpire for a bit. He saved, without a word of a lie, around $3,000 and bought himself $2,000 worth of irons. So he earned real coin that's not taxed.
Yeah.
It's incredible, Sus.
I'm putting my hand up. SUA, if you need a goal umpire for under-19s,
do it.
I am your man.
Do it. I'm coming.
A live show.
Yeah.
Could be a live show.
From
Absolutely. Somerville game. Let's go.
Pallets. I don't think I'm allowed at Somerville on the ground.
No. I don't think you're allowed anywhere near near an SUA umpire,
I'm
are
going to
you?
put it out there. If the SUA need a goal umpire,
Let's do it.
And I'm going to put
the
my
call
hand
out.
up.
Jeez, this could be
SUA,
huge.
I know you're a huge fan of the Halftime Heroes. Get in touch and let's get Sus waving those bloody flags. But no, in all seriousness, we do want to. Yeah, no, I know you're fair income, but I mean, this is a call out to the general
You could
public.
do with the coin, probably.
Yeah, that we could. Who couldn't? The cost of living these days, it's full on. But it is tax-free money, and there is a lot of money to be made. And look, I mean, you cop a all pretty. It's pretty much fun at the end of the day, and it's quite rewarding apparently. So if you are interested, get in touch with Southern Umpires Association. Hit them up on their webpage, and it's pretty easy actually. You just rock up on a training, you get given your gear and a lot of training, so you obviously know what you're talking about, and it's a good little money earner. And you're right, Gammers. If there are players out there that aren't successful on their list, and they just think, I don't know what it is. I'm gonna say it's between 90 and $120 a game. So, you know, it's
145 for a senior field umpire in Div 2.
there you go. There you go.
You should
So
be
it's,
tapping into
it's,
ex-players too.
it's gone
Is it
up.
Might have to give it a go.
you're going to Devon, mate. You're going to play twos at Devon. The
Cash in.
on the ground playing level, umpires being left alone more now because we know that we're thin on them. We don't.
As in, like, abuse from players?
Correct.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, and once you're in the league for 3 or 4 years, you get to know them. And they often, I don't know if they swap leagues or swap divisions,
No,
but
they don't.
you start to get to know them a bit. And,
Righto.
and they become part of the club.
So
But onto that point, though, what about, like, injured players as well? Like, if there's ever an injured player who can run but can't do contact, they're normally our runner.
Yeah.
So if we find out a week before, we could put them up as, if they need umpires.
Just some basic training.
Don't
Yeah,
mind
basic
that.
training.
Yeah,
Well,
just put
and
them up for the
you're
under.
Played the game to know the
Yeah.
rules, don't you?
Yeah.
As-
than-
yeah, I
yeah.
know,
They
exactly.
all do.
It's better than nothing. We do count on our officiators because the game wouldn't happen
good.
without them. So well done to you, Sus. It's another topic I
All
think
needs to
that
form
has
part of the summit.
Absolutely.
The summit.
The G20 Summit.
Where are we doing this summit?
Don't know.
The Mount
Probably never.
The
But
Mount,
we need to.
at whereabouts?
Bali.
No, the Mount Eliza canteen.
I can't afford to eat there. Can we go to Bali?
I went to View de Monde on Friday night. Might be cheaper to go.
Yeah.
It was quite. It was very nice. Shit, hey, this shit 30th.
For the halftime heroes, it's been an absolutely blue show. I've loved every second of it. Spending the time with you boys is always a pleasure. Thank you to you, Chin. You're an asset not only to YC, the Stone Cats, but you're also an asset to us, mate, and we'll definitely have you on board if you are willing to come back. I'm not sure you are after that shithouse coach's corner, but we will see what happens. Thank you to you, Commish.
Oh, gee.
Thanks to you, Sus. We had some technical difficulties
No,
in
we
the
did,
end,
we
but
did,
we got through it, mate.
Just watch. I think there's a bit of a low pressure system to your right hand side there.
No, he's already touching me leg. Don't you worry about that. Thanks to you, great man Gammers. You are an absolute Troy, mate, and a great pickup for the halftime heroes.
Thanks, boys. Loving this.
No worries, mate. And Somerville flying, so make sure you get behind Somerville. That is a wrap from the halftime heroes. Well, yeah, that's it, isn't it?
That's it.
We
Thank
are
goodness.
done.
Thank
Episode
goodness.
4 in the can, ready to go. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. You're listening and watching the halftime heroes.